Off, I just want to say best luck to all the IHSA teams that are getting ready to participate. Obviously, you probably follow us on social media. I don't know if it's been released yet. We have 59 players that played Illinois high school football. Probably have another 15 to 20 staff members that have been involved in Illinois high school football. So it's a special day for not only players in the present situation, but players of the past. Even for me, my alma mater, Provincetown Erie, is now EP Panthers, so they've changed. But in that community, the product of me being here was a big part of that, right? So just a lot of good wishes to them. For us, we're obviously concluding with our last non-game week practice today. I'll give the guys tomorrow. They've got some rehab, some soft tissue, some lifting obligations, but they won't get back together until Sunday. Sunday we'll actually get our last practice under the lights. We'll go at 8 o'clock and later Sunday night just to get our guys a feel for being in the dead of the night like it will be, especially in the second half of the Toledo game and obviously Kansas and a couple other night games down the road. So from a health standpoint, Matt Bailey won't be with us, but really like the growth of the people that have been repping in his position and should make it very interesting, right, to make that first game. Well, we got 40, when we came to camp, there were over 40 guys that were in that 120-man meeting that it was their first fall camp. Guys that had never been with us in a fall camp, a fall game, and obviously a game week itself. So really like the growth of that group, but more importantly, the growth of the group that's around them that helped them get ready, right? So really excited about the game week and where we're going, and take advantage of the opportunities while we get a little couple days here to gather ourselves. College football is going to start up here this weekend. It'll be fun to watch other teams have success. Obviously, some guys will make miscues, and I asked our guys the way you get good at football by not playing is by watching it, and hopefully they'll take that into consideration and move forward. So with that, open up for questions.
Coach, how much would you like to be playing a Saturday?
Well, if you told me that 6 months ago, I'd be ready, but I'm glad that we got this week. Yeah, to me, this has really been awesome. I'm a big fan of week 0. We've done some things proactively to make sure we happen in the future, but to have this many new players here in fall camp and to get this week to go to classes has been worth its weight in gold.
You think week 0 could be a permanent deal for everybody? Is that something, and would you favor that?
Well, and the next time we come back, there's actually 2 bye weeks built into the year, so it's really dependent on how college football flows. Every couple of years, there's a year where everybody has 2 built-in bye weeks, but you only get that during a normal season if you do week 0 games. So to each his own. I'll keep our scheduling kind of in-house until we have to. Obviously, the schedule is going to change a lot next year with the addition of 4 new Big Ten teams.
But when you have a new look secondary like you guys have, what do you have to be cognizant of in game planning or even in the course of a game to make sure you don't miss a beat? You have so much experience.
Well, for us, it's a benefit, I think, because obviously they haven't seen our guys play, right? But Xavier Scott and Taz have played a lot of football, right? I get it. They're new guys in the fact that those other 4 guys got opportunities, but Miles Scott joined us in the spring. He got all those spring reps, so we've been watching him now through over 30 practices. So I like what we've seen there, but got newcomers. We also have guys like Clayton Bush and Demetrius Hill who've played a lot of football somewhere else. Like we watch the team that we're playing, not only Toledo, but we got Kansas, we got Penn State, and we got FAU. We've got a collective film of the teams that we're playing that have new players to their roster that haven't been. So Toledo's got new players, Kansas got new players, Penn State's got new players, FAU's got different players. So we watch those players that they were at other places play. So that's how we roll. I don't know if everybody else does, but it's probably as much an advantage, it can be a disadvantage as well.
How does the mindset change with game week? Get that feel?
Just probably that sense of urgency, and then as game week progresses, like I've said, I've got 5 new coaches in new roles, 4 new coaches, and Aaron's a new D coordinator. I think on Sunday, Tuesday, a little bit of Wednesday, but one of the quotes I always used to hear from Coach Alvarez when I started working for him was, on Thursday, Friday, I want to hear coaches less, players more, right? Because when you get out there amongst the live crowd that we want, right? We want a big live crowd out there in Memorial. It should be loud. They're not going to be able to hear us coaching from the sideline. So you need to hear the players play, all right, and get themselves aligned and communicate so we know what they do know and what they don't know.
What stands out to you about what you've done in training camp now that's completely over as you move into game?
I really, really like, we put up a graphic today that we had 11 players that are on the Senior Bowl watch list, right? And in my career, I think I've had some years where we've had 6, 7, but I've never had 11 players, right? And I think that's the most of the Big Ten West, and I wanted them to see there's really good players on that have earned things, but there's some guys that Carter Harper hasn't played it down for us. He started 3 years last game where he came from, and he's on that list. We have a running back, Reggie, who had less than 400 yards rushing, right? But he's on the senior watch list for the Senior Bowl because of the people before him. They've earned it, they've done it, but in the world of college football and the people that watch us, we're getting a lot of attention because of what we've done, and sometimes it's good for players to understand that's really just a wish list, all right? We wish you to be good, they want you to be good, you want to be good, but none of that really matters, right? What you do with this opportunity is what happens. They're giving you the notoriety, hey, you might be pretty good at this, but really what we do, right? We've got, I believe, 8 guys up for national awards, right? Like, great, they're on a watch list, but it's really a wish list, right? Nothing really happens until you do what you do.
You mentioned obviously the first week of high school football, but a lot of teams in the area have been practicing indoors this week. How did you handle the heat and the humidity?
Well, can you tell? I've handled it perfectly. I've lost at least 5 pounds. But I think the blessing we had, and we started talking about it on Monday, right? We knew this was coming. So for us, we haven't had a lot of hot weather. I've been watching Kansas, right? I watched Toledo, Kansas, and Penn State and FAU really since June, right? I follow their social media accounts. It's been really hot at other places. It hasn't been hot here. So we took full advantage of Tuesday. Wednesday was like Tuesday. The good news was the hottest one we had all year. Wednesday was even hotter. Thursday was even hotter than that, right? So we had big practices in the hottest days of the year. We did a lot of proactive things to make sure they're ready for it, but we did a lot of reactive things afterwards to make sure that they got themselves for the next day. So it was a huge benefit for us.
I guess what was the post-practice protocol just maybe to recover from all that?
We got to go to Illinois football to find that out. We do a lot of things that they have to literally do before they leave this building, and we got guys that have classes. If they can't get it done before they leave there, they come back and get it done. So we do a whole checklist from the way they start the door. We come in, we do certain things within our nutrition department that they do before they can even get into a meeting. Once they're in a meeting, if their levels aren't where they need to be, we bring them back. So there's a litiny of things our guys go through.
Did wet bulb globe temperature enter your vocabulary this week?
Not once.
You've been able to get Casey and Zai back full speed.
Get what?
Casey Washington and Zai Chris.
Yeah, Casey. What is today? Friday. Casey joined us really for the most part Tuesday, Wednesday. I think he got full clearance on Wednesday or Thursday. Zai was back with us. Actually did retweak it a little bit, but he should be back with us on Sunday night when we practice. And to really, again, never say never, but really the only guy that I'm overly concerned about to not be where he needs to be for the opener against Toledo is Matt Bailey.
How is that right side of the offensive line?
The right side of the offensive line. Geske has been very impressive, really, both guard and tackle. Jordan Slaughter has been extremely impressive at guard, but he's also played left guard. He's also played center. Zai, in his absence, we repped a little Geske, a little Hunter Whiteneck, moved some Isaiah Adams over there. So we've really done a nice job. We got probably a pool of 8 to 9 offensive linemen that we're kind of rolling through those spots. And the more value you bring to us, the more value you bring when your opportunity comes to the next level as well.
Coach, what are you doing on your last break Saturday for a while?
I think that this morning we get in here pretty early, so I try to be by my desk at 7:30 when the girls are going to school, and I have a swim date for sure late afternoon today, and I would guess if I am in that pool by 8:30 or 9 tomorrow, I won't be out till noon when I take a nap, and I'm sure I'm going to be summoned right back into it. So I'll watch some college football. My wife and I have a couple spa appointments as well, so kind of relax and chill and put ourselves in a good position to get ready to rodeo on Sunday.
All good?
Yeah.